What's up, everyone? It's your boy Infrar-Ed. Welcome to the Scout Reports. Today I'm bringing you a manga live reaction to the Promised Neverland Chapter 13. Again, something else that, again, is a little bit out the ordinary, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. I had a very long day, and it's going to probably be like this for the rest of the year, but I'm trying to make the best out of it. So, and I usually bring reviews for this too. In fact, I usually get my Promised Neverland reviews out on Tuesday. So, you know, it's Halloween. We had some creepy things with Cross going on. We got Promised Neverland. I got a little bit of time, so hey, let's just get it out the way. Not get it out the way in a bad way, but let's get it in together. Let's look at this Promised Neverland chapter. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up, and we can go ahead and get it in. Just give me 1 second. Let's go ahead and get this set up. Now, that last chapter was wild, especially with Norman claiming that Ray was the traitor. I mean, I don't buy it. I don't believe it. I think Ray has probably has something up his sleeve. I don't think he would just straight up betray his friends like that. So I'm hoping we get some resolution to that this chapter. It'll be really interesting to see how that turns out. So let's go. The Truth and Beyond. The source of information number. The source of information. No. The spy was you, wasn't it, Ray? That grin on Ray's face. Wait a minute. And they got the clock ticking in the back. Of course, you get your color pages. Wow, that demon looks beastly on his page with Crone and Emma. Wait a minute, why is Ray standing with them? Betrayal always lurks close by. Is he really the traitor? That's going to be a thumbnail. I got a thumbnail of that. That's going to be the thumbnail for this one. Wow. Man, that first page already blew me away. I haven't even got to the chapter yet. What are you saying, Norman? You should understand the situation already. I didn't stop at just 2 traps. I'll tell Don that the ropes are hidden underneath the bed. For Gilda, I'll say they're above the ceiling on the 2nd floor bathroom. That's what I told you and Emma. But in reality, I told Don they were in the dining room. And I told Gilda that they were in the library. Just now, I went around to recollect all the extra ropes. The only ones that were gone were the ones lying under the bed. That just means that Don was merely framed. So he had another set of ropes that looked like he told them completely different places. Ray, you are the source. Man, just when I thought things were going as planned. Wow, he really is a traitor. What? Wow. It's like so under it was just so under your noses that you wouldn't have expected it to be the way that it was. You're quite the softy, so I assume that I can get away with deceiving you guys for a little longer. But it seems like you found out a lot faster than I anticipated. You're right. I'm Mama's spy. Wow, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I mean, but what better way to have someone be a spy than be somebody that you know, right? Since when did you suspect me? Ever since the night that Sister Crone came here. That night, right away, huh? Honestly, I was sickened at my own self for suspecting you first and foremost, despite our tight friendship. Still, your being the informant would be the worst case for us. And from the enemy standpoint, you being the informant would be the best case scenario. You'll be able to influence the plans. It'll be perfect if their objective was to control the situation. There's nobody more suitable for the position, am I wrong? That's why I suspected you. Huh. I truly hoped I was wrong. That was the worst imaginable situation possible. So Norman knew all along, huh? And while we're at it, Ray, you've been a source for Mama for a long time too, haven't you? So he's always been snitching. Norma and Emma. Norma and Emma. Norma and Emma knew. Oh, he told Mama. He was the one that told Mama, and she's the reason. Yeah, he told Mama. That's why she already knew which two it was. There's no way Mama would trust a sudden secret report on an impromptu spy. This at least proves that Ray was already a spy that day. Ray, I'll talk to you on my own. For now, I think we should. Why just tell me now? That's right, they did tell him last. Aren't we kind of screwed? Oh, that's why our windows was laced. Gee, he registered that really fast. So he's just been feeding intel to Mama this entire time. On that very first day, Mama had already made Ray dive in to identify who we were. Jeez. So since when have you been Mama's spy? Since a long time ago. You weren't only her spy, but you were also her underling. Observation, security, the growth rates of the merchandise. Mama was already controlling us livestock to begin with, but was also using Ray as a device to lead us to the direction she wanted from within. Exactly. You can see me as a shepherd of the sheepdog of the shepherd. Wow. Wow. The wolf in sheep's clothing, the similarity, the symbolism there. Wow, this is amazing. I love this series. Absolutely love it. Acting as if everything was fine. Acting as if you were one of us sheep. This whole time, all these years. You better be the only spy source she has. Hey, I don't know, Ray better look out, because Norman, he was ready to kill. He was ready to kill Crone and Mama if he could. I wouldn't underestimate this kid, especially in his mental state right now. Sure am. You suppose Mama, despite knowing everything. You supported Mama despite knowing everything. Yep. Everything was a lie? There's no way I can leave you guys like this. I've got an idea. Stop her. You're both going to end up dying. If we're going to do this, we're going for the win. I was showing all the times that he helped out. The only way to be sure is to... What happened? There's no end to the things I want to ask you. But one thing first. How much did you tell Mama? Wow, look at that face he gave him. You could really destroy the transmitters, right? Why would you ask me that? Would you cut me from the plan depending on my answer? I won't. I have you around us just like before. I can control them through Ray. If Mama's thinking that is the reason why we aren't being shipped right off the bat, cutting you off would simply be too dangerous. Aren't you glad? You can cover up your blunder now. Weren't you so desperate to keep spying on us that you had to shift to all the suspicion to Don? What do you want? 3 things. 1, stay beside us to guarantee our safety. 2, disclose all information to us. 3, double-cross Mama. Become my spy this time. Oh, Norman, man, this kid is a mastermind. He's getting more and more respect for me every chapter. I was kind of worried about him at first, but seeing this side of him, we could turn that spy into our trump card. So you're saying that it isn't impossible to turn all of this in our favor, huh? Are you stupid? If that was your goal from the start, then you should have stayed quiet and used me. It was a dumb move to resort to things like blackmail and bargaining when you didn't even need to in the first place. Keeping the source in the dark and cutting them off once it was time to skedaddle, that was the best option you could have taken. Oh, I know. I'd take them with us. Because if we run away, there's really no guarantee the child's life will be spared. And besides, I still want to believe in them. The incident with Gilda really reaffirmed my feelings. Ray told us to suspect people more, and I couldn't say anything back since he was all like, but you couldn't even see through Mama's lies. But even if there were to be a demon source among us, I don't think any of our siblings could possibly be evil at heart. Poor Emma is so naive. I really do feel sorry for her. After all, we grew up together. Even if they get in our way, betray us, or tell me that I'm naive, I still want to have faith in them. Wow, she just said that in the next page. But I've changed my mind. I also want to believe in you, Ray. That you put our friendship before our own goals as enemies. Anyways, there's been another thing that's been bothering me a bit. You were the one who hid little Bernie, weren't you? For our sake. Oh yeah, the little bunny that Connie had. You were the one that set this whole prison break into motion, weren't you? Wow, what? Wait a minute. Am I still right? Is he still trying to help even though he's a traitor? I can live with that. It's hard not to manipulate Connie. Even more so for you since we were in her room. If Emma hadn't discovered little Bernie in the dining room where you had placed him, you were planning to point him out to her anyway, weren't you? Connie's probably still around. If you hadn't said that, we would have never headed into the gate in the first place. So he set everything up. Wow. You planned it so that we would find out about the truth for ourselves. The truth, the biggest secret of this house. You wouldn't have done so if you weren't 100% loyal to Mama. You also did your best to help us keep us under control. You consistently tweaked our plans for the better in subtle ways. Know the outside world. We have time. From the inside, but just enough that you wouldn't be going against Mama's orders. Could you let me handle that? At the same time, you also made sure to keep Mama in check. As much as you could with your position as our source, you made sure to do everything you can to prevent us from getting shipped off right away. Good news. They plan to take all the kids with them. They won't be able to leave. He's been just feeding all his information to Mama. As long as you have one of the kids at your arms at all times. Heck, you haven't even told her where the real ropes were hidden. It's hard to tell from where they'll be running. I'll keep on the lookout. Why would you give us a chance if you truly were our enemy? Why would you go against Mama's will like this? You really aren't an enemy, are you? You haven't actually disclosed any information that would critically disadvantage us. You are also ready to destroy your transmitters in no time. Am I wrong? An enemy or an ally? Ray, tell me. Why exactly are you working for Mama? Wow, that was an amazing chapter. Hey, how's it going, Tamia? Yes, Ray is a boss. Ray is a boss for real. Unfortunately, I'm at the end of the chapter right now, but I'll stick around for a little bit because I do want to talk about this. Ray, wow, I mean, I didn't expect for him to be a traitor, but the fact that he is a traitor and he's still trying to help everybody out, that's amazing because it's almost like he's a double spy right now. This was a phenomenal chapter. I really did like it, and that's what I like about this. That's what I like about this story in the most is that you don't know where it's coming from. Just when you think you got all of the answers, they change the questions. And that's what I'm liking about Promised Neverland so far. And I'm glad I read this chapter. I'm glad I kind of live reacted to it. So you got to see me fanboy a little bit when I was reading it because that's usually what I do when I read stuff that I like. So, man, Promised Neverland, stepping it up again for chapter 13. I cannot wait to get to chapter 14. Man. Guys, let me know what you thought of this chapter in a nutshell. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you still think that Ray, even though he's saying that he's still helping, even though he's been planting the seeds and everything that he had to do Do you think that he's gonna like still help them out? I say this every chapter, but I really am ready for this escape plan to go. We have been in the same spot since easily chapter 5. And even though the little seeds are going and going little by little, we're really not getting anywhere in the story. It's still churning its wheels. I mean, I think if they animated this, these 14 chapters would probably be like 3 episodes. Yes, Ray is the real mastermind of this. He is. I mean, he is definitely on that mama level right now with everything that he's put together. And those two, that's going to be the real clash. I mean, I'm not counting out Norman too, because Norman has definitely stepped it up. I mean, he's becoming unhinged, yeah, but he is not about games right now. He's not. He was ready to kill Crone and Mama, and he's kind of looking at Ray like, if you fuck us over, you're dead. So the only weak link right now is Emma. I think she really does need some type of development soon, because right now she's just there to be the typical shonen person and say, hey, we're all going to get out together and we're all going to live. And it's not going to be that easy. I don't see things being that easy with this series at all. I really want to get out and see what these demons are. I know it's a resistance somewhere. I know it's a breeding ground somewhere. I'm just ready to see all that. I know that we still got a long way to go. It's still fairly early in this series, but I'm ready to see the end game and what's going on with it. So I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here because I'm a little bit tired. Thank you very much for joining me, Tamia. Thank you everybody else for watching. As I always say, if you guys liked the video, go ahead and drop a like. And if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as there is not a shortage of content for you guys to indulge on this channel. And as I always say, you guys can be anywhere on YouTube right now, but you chose to listen to me. I really appreciate that, so thanks for stopping by. Regular reviews will be back for this next week. Won't go straight off. Really did throw everything off to the point where I just had to get everything out as quick as possible. So thank you very much for joining me once again. It really does mean a lot. I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. On that note, it's your boy Infrar-Ed signing out. See you soon.